In today's Growing Oklahoma, we are talking about lawn alternatives.
Hey!
And let's just scoot this one over a little bit more. Perfect.
This is how you know you've been fired.
Canceled.
Canceled.
When we put you in tall grass.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, sorry.
This is Lance Swearingen, and he is the Director of Horticulture at Scissortail Park. So we're doing another one of these segments, Plant This, Not That.
Yeah.
This one's going to be a challenge.
That's right. And July is the perfect time to plant some drought-tolerant, low water use plants like these beautiful ornamental grasses. A lot of these are Oklahoma natives, and we have these all over Scissortail Park and Myriad Gardens. Super easy plants to get growing in the garden. They provide lots of color throughout the summer and late fall. And they have beautiful seed heads that come on, so lots of really great interest to these drought-tolerant grasses.
And a lot of them are perennials, but you brought us one annual? Is that right?
That's right, yeah. So
Okay.
purple fountain grass is a really popular grass that most folks like to use in their containers as a centerpiece. And since it's just an annual for 1 year, it goes great in containers.
It's your tall one. You have a better name for it. Remember
That's
that time
right.
you came?
That's your thriller.
Your thriller.
Yeah,
That's the
and
one.
then you have a filler
And a spiller.
and a spiller.
yes.
Yes.
See, Lance, you're a good teacher.
Hey, that's great.
This grass right here, I have some of this, and I was told that I can, when you buy it and you plant it, you could chop this and kind of put bits and pieces of it, and it'll
Right.
grow pretty
hardy.
good.
So this is Mexican feathergrass, and we have this at our great lawn at Scissortail Park on Feathergrass Hill. And it's super easy to divide these grasses. So once a year, you can kind of go through and split it into 3 or 4 sections, and just make sure that you have some root stock and some grass on top, and you can replant that in another area. And
Mark's going to tackle you, Lance.
make a little mess
Mark
here,
is
Mark.
right.
Sorry about that.
You're faster than Mark. You're fine. He's not that fast.
Okay,
Hey,
what?
the one thing I like, we're talking about this. You were like, it kind of looks like a weed.
Well,
but
down here it does,
It
but
does.
then up here it gets interesting.
And what'd you call that?
So this is Chasmanthium, and it's actually northern sea oats. And a lot of people call this fish on a fishing pole because the seed heads look like a little fish hanging off there. And this has a lot of nice movement in the wind, so those grasses can give you some really nice movement in Oklahoma's wind.
You hear that?
We were
Can you hear
talking
that?
earlier. It's like
the wind comes sweeping
breeze.
down the plain.
I know.
And the waving, that's it.
What's this one? What do we have
So
here?
that's a type of Pennisetum, and it's a smaller, it has a really interesting flower on it.
I do
and
like it.
That colors up real nice in the fall. And these are drought-tolerant plants that can still be planted right now. So gardening season is not over. It's time to prepare for fall and get some really nice grasses into the garden.
Indian hawthorns, by the way, super popular here, but with the
Froze out.
drought, everyone's
froze
taking a
out.
hit on those.
21.
What should we do? Do we pull them and plant something else? And any suggestions there?
Right, so Indian hawthorns have been really popular in Oklahoma for the last couple of years. They froze out due to some of our negative temperatures, and so it's a good idea to kind of stray away from those and plant some things like dwarf yopons. There's lots of other shrub choices for Oklahoma that would be a substitute for the Indian hawthorn.
I got rid of everything that froze out and did not replace it with any,
Not
not
the
putting it
same.
back in.
Yeah.
I lost all the Indian hawthorn, some crepe myrtles, and just like I'm done. Because
Japanese maples.
Japanese maples, I lost
Right.
those, and I love them, but I wouldn't plant another one.
It's always challenging gardening in Oklahoma.
It is. It's
For
tough.
sure.
Yeah.
As always, we've learned a lot, so thanks, Lance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.